before the video starts, I just want to let you know real quick that I had to go back and blur heavily a lot of the scenes because YouTube restricted me. So I'm sorry if it's really blurry. Just please try to bear through with it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at 3 disturbing and tragic movies. Stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna rank these too, and I'm also gonna rank them as I watch more disturbing movies, and our list will build. And the first one I want to talk about is Black Meadow Veins. Before we get into the movie, I just want to clarify that everything seen is not real and it's just a film for all the drug uses, so warning, we'll watch at your own risk. This movie is basically a PSA about not taking drugs because the whole cast takes heavy doses of drugs to the point where I don't even know if this is a movie or if it's a documentary and they're actually taking hella drugs. If they are actors, they did a great damn job. The whole time watching this movie, I was waiting for the punchline, you know? Like, when is the actual movie going to start? 30 minutes in, and then an hour in, I realized that this was going to be the whole movie. The movie, at least in the first 30 minutes, was just this group of druggies talking about their traumas and how they got into drugs in the first place. Now, not gonna lie, I have never done drugs, so the things I saw were very foreign to me. Like, I didn't know that the reason why you heated up the spoon was to shoot it up. It just never occurred to me. Now, around, let's say, the 40-minute mark, it starts to narrow the story to Raven. You see, Raven, at a very young age, was molested by her stepfather. She recollects her trauma as him playing with her. Her mother did nothing as he would treat her well and didn't want to lose him. Raven also was pregnant at the age of 13 and 17. Being a teenage mother and already addicted to heroin and other drugs, her mother got full custody of both of her kids. Another thing, as the movie went on, the group got smaller as some of them would succumb to overdosing. Raven wasn't safe either as she would shoot up for the last time. Strangely, her so-called friends stripped her and left her as she vomited blood. It cuts to what seems to be the last 3 remaining in the group, and as the person holding the camera asks how they feel about the death of their friends, they just say they don't care and they can't feel anything, which is a common theme in this movie. Raven would talk about this boyfriend the whole time, saying he doesn't care what she does, she can cheat, use drugs, do whatever, and she doesn't care what he does. If you take anything away from this film, it's that running away and trying to find things to replace that hole and not facing your demons head on will ruin you. Whether that's drugs, sex, or even violence, once you're in that rabbit hole, it's very hard to get out, and most don't. Overall, this movie was pretty boring and not really that disturbing, at least for me. I mean, it was just people using drugs the whole time. The next movie I want to talk about is... Right away, you can tell it's going to be different than the first movie, opening with violence and gory scenes depicting mutilation. We basically follow this family and they're kind of freaky, you know, killing people and shit. Before they actually introduce this dude, he wakes up and crushes glass and snorts it with some drugs. Then it's revealed that he was sleeping with a dead body, having intercourse with it. Yep. With that body rotting pretty bad, he's like, well, I need a new one. Then it cuts to his family and this girl, which I think is his wife, and she says, you need to clean up the basement, and if I have to do it myself, I'ma be mad. We find out in a bit here that the cleaning was killing these people, and he also gets his friend who is not all there to kill a cat for him. All while there is a little girl in the house, which I believe is his daughter. She sees the bodies and it doesn't bother her at all, showing that she, as well as the rest of the family, are already corrupted. Only 30 minutes in, and the acting is pretty damn bad. Like, I get that it's a low-budget, gory type film, but the acting is like really bad. Also, the editing is fucking atrocious. We'll get a scene where 2 people are just talking, right? And then it will just cut to the back of their heads or to something completely random. It just looks goofy. As the movie goes on, we actually find out that his father that passed away was trying to open a portal to hell, and that everyone we see in this film is a Satanist, finding poor souls and abducting them to use as sacrificial lambs to try to appease Satan. I'll be honest, I had trouble paying attention to this movie, not because I was very disturbed. It was mostly due to the sound design. The people talking, I could barely hear, and that just made it very hard to keep up with what was going on. I'm starting to think that the list I found for most disturbing movies is a bunch of bullshit. I'm just following the IMDb list, by the way. Then this big dude who was a friend to the guy's father comes crashing in, fucking up their hangout. But hey, the way this guy was talking low-key pissed me off. Everyone leaves as the big dude just starts beating the shit out of the annoying guy. It seems like the annoying guy is hiding something, then the big dude just starts cutting and torturing him. Damn! The people in this movie love sleeping with dead bodies, I swear. As we see another doing so, eating some bread on top of him while licking the forbidden ketchup. Now the main family guy, right, orders some pizza and uses the most obvious bait ever. And then of course, now the pizza guy is the victim too. Blah blah blah, senseless violence, more gory stuff that doesn't really matter to the plot because there is no plot in this damn movie. We get this edit of his father coming back from the dead, and I guess this is supposed to be like his father possessing him or something and making him walk down the stairs like a damn phasmophobia looking ass goat. Then finally, in the end, 2 Jehovah's Witnesses come inside to talk to him, and you guessed it, he kills them too while he fucks his wife over their dead bodies. Then the movie ends. Like, yeah, that's it. And like I said in the beginning, I'll wait to rank them and talk about it a little further at the end. Then there's the last movie, which is a very sexual film. Thinking about it now, it has truly come full circle. In the first movie, I talked about how if you're running away from problems, don't fall into the rabbit hole of finding meaningless things to mask the feeling. Drugs, sex, and violence. Kind of funny how it all worked out. Quite poetic, honestly. Now this film is... When I was trying to find this movie, I genuinely just thought like it was a porn flick. Every site I visited had ads that were not so child friendly. I think it was based off of a doujinshi. And if you don't know what that is, good. Keep it that way. Meet Mai-chan. She's not your typical girl. You see, Mai-chan here can regenerate from anything, and this causes her master and the head maid to use her in various ways, like cutting out her eyes and eating it for sexual pleasure. The new maid that just started a couple days ago also bites off her tongue while making out with her after seeing Mai-chan's eyes get ripped out. The mansion is full of fucking freaks. There are parts in this movie where they depict Mai-chan having peace, using bright colors and music to try to sell the scene, trying to distract the viewer from what we just witnessed. Only to be pulled back into reality. When she tries to eat a sandwich, her tongue bleeds as it was bitten off earlier and didn't regenerate back yet. The maid that bit off her tongue was punished due to touching the goods. Mai-chan gets called back by her master, and what awaits can only be described as torture porn. Mai-chan then proceeds to piss herself on command as the newbie takes a bite into the seasoned thigh. They literally cut her open as they pull out her intestines and organs. The master of the household just sits in a corner and watches with glee, getting turned on from this shit. It turns into a zombie flick as she starts going down on Mai-chan, eating her intestines while gleeful music plays. Well, joke's on her. My son just ate a bit ago, so she's also chewing on her shit. The head maid then pulls a fucking chainsaw out of nowhere, giving it to the new girl as she proceeds to perform a magic trick on her. Mai-chan is now seen in pieces that don't even resemble a body anymore, as this dude busts a fucking nut. Pop! 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 And is wheeled away. In the end, she regenerates and the newbie starts to finger her hole that didn't close yet due to the injuries, as it cuts to black. The whole time I was watching this movie, there were no subtitles. So to get the full story, I did some research so y'all wouldn't have to. I went to the doujinshi, and the story is so much fucking worse. In the original version, she is being pimped out to people who fuck and torture her. Then the head maid brings in another girl as a pet, and her hands and feet are cut off. If that wasn't bad enough, Mai-chan is then forced to feed the pet with her own body, cutting pieces off and putting her hand in a meat grinder. And poor Mai-san cannot get a freaking break, bro. She literally gets fucked and eaten by a tiger later after getting raped by fucking hooligans. I can never go back to who I was before, man. All right. Enough of that shit. Let's get to the rankings. All right, guys, you made it to the final portion of the video where we rank, and I talk a little bit more about how I feel about the movies. Now, S tier is maybe want to turn it off because so bad it then, you know, goes down. Maybe want to pause. Decent movie, made me wince a bit. No opinion, it's just mid. Maybe sleepy, not disturbing. Dog shit movie, not disturbing. And I want to go in order. The first one I want to talk about is Black Metal Veins. Now, this movie, I'm gonna put it in made me sleepy. It wasn't very disturbing for me, as I've already said, and the whole time it was just them using drugs. Like, that was it. And just talking about past traumas, there wasn't too much gore. Not that I'm saying gore automatically equals disturbing, but yeah, it just wasn't really much there. I can say that about all these movies, but this was just not the best of them. Next is The Gateway Meat. It's going dog shit. Y'all already know. Come on now. There was no substance to the story. The sound was bad. The movie, the cutting, the editing, the pacing, everything was just horrible about this movie. I saw a comment on one of the sites that I saw it on. I'm not gonna say anything because, well, you know, gotta protect those sites, you know what I'm saying? That said, no plot, nothing, dog shit movie. I don't know how people like it. And I agree, because I've seen some people praise this movie, be like, oh, it's fun gore, you know, and I was like, no, not really. I didn't have fun watching it. I wanted to turn it off because it was so bad. Lastly is Mai-chan. I put this in decent movie, made me wince, because it did. You know, watching the movie, especially during that torture scene, I was like, okay, you know, it's going on a little long, and I was like, oh, I don't know, skipping through it a little bit. Now, I might be a little biased because I did go and read the doujinshi, right, which has more story to it and more fucked up shit, but without it, it's decent. All right, now if I were to include the source material, it would put me in, maybe want to pause because that shit was fucked up. But movie alone, decent movie, maybe wins. And yeah, that's my listing for these movies. And as we watch more disturbing movies, it's gonna grow and grow and grow. And when we near the end of our journey of finding these shitty, disturbing movies, maybe not shitty, I'm gonna come back and look at the list and maybe go over some of the movies because it's gonna take a while probably, and I'm not gonna remember them all. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and watching it. If you liked it or enjoyed it even a little bit, please hit that like button and sub button to support me. And even if you don't, as always, I'm just glad that you're here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.